What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are working on the 4Runner today, and as you guys could see from the first video of this car, you guys noticed that the steering wheel was like kind of worn and all, as well as this center console armrest cover. And I don't know if you guys can tell or if you guys seen before, but this piece right here has like all kinds of scratches, and when the sun hits it at a certain angle, it looks pretty nuts. So we have something to cover that up. Pretty much just gonna be swapping out the steering wheel for a new one, or well, not new, but a used one, but in way better condition, and replacing this thing. So we got the parts here. This is new vinyl leather or whatever for the armrest center console, so that's that. This is the overlay for that trim above the glove box, as well as the end pieces. And this thing right here, this thing. So this is a used steering wheel. Still not the greatest, but way better than what we have on there right now. And I've seen on Amazon, they sell the actual steering wheel, the covers, like OEM style, but you have to pretty much stitch it on yourself. I was thinking about doing that, but I am not too confident in doing so, and I just didn't want to have to deal with that and not be happy with the work. But at least now I have this steering wheel to throw on, and whenever this gets in worse condition, I'll probably try and chance that on the other steering wheel. At least I won't have to rush on stitching that thing on, and I can just take my time with it and just swap it over when it's done. But you can already see big difference. This is definitely in way better condition. So first step we're gonna do is disconnect your battery, and then next step is there are two covers here on the sides of the steering wheel. The second one is around the cruise control lever, so that's where these come in handy. And after you do that, you'll see a Torx 30 bolt on each side up there. We loosen up that so we can remove the airbag. So you don't have to fully remove that bolt. There's gonna be a plastic holding it in, and you pretty much just wanna loosen it up. It acts as like a set screw or a stopper, I guess, just to prevent the airbag from falling out. Once you loosen that up, you have the airbag out like so. And then we are gonna be removing 5 wires. 1, 2, the 2 white clips in the back, and this one ground wire over there held in by a female connector. Just remember that it's important to disconnect your battery, because if anything could go wrong, it could be your airbag blowing up right in front of you. But this is how we'll be removing these clips. Pretty much stick a screwdriver underneath those yellow pieces and just try to pry it up. After that, you can just wiggle them right off upwards. And once that's off, your airbag should be able to come right off. And then you've got these two white clips. You also want to try and make your steering wheel as straight as possible, so when reinstalling the new steering wheel you have less chances of it being misaligned. And the nut here is gonna be a 19mm. That's the top center of our shaft. Once you get that out, watch out your wires. You wanna push this through, and your steering wheel is now out. So here we have our old existing steering wheel. Now we're gonna pretty much swap our button controls over to this one. This one, it still came with the cruise control lever, but I'm just gonna swap over this one since this one for sure is in known good working condition, because I would hate to throw this one on and come to find this thing doesn't work. And there it is, ready to throw back on. So everything is the same. It's in reverse order. And just like that, we got the new steering wheel in. We can reconnect the battery and double check our horn is working and everything's all good. Test the horn. Works good. Alright, and now onto this guy. So for this guy, there's gonna be 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you get that off, you want to take your pry tools, and there's gonna be 4 tabs or whatever holding it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, you can remove this whole thing from the hinges with these screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. So here's the armrest, the center console, pretty beat. And here we have a new skin for it. So we're gonna go ahead and pull off all of the staples around and take this thing off. So again, the old one and the new one. The new one is, it looks fairly similar. It feels actually a little thicker, but I'm not too sure if because this is just worn out, but this looks pretty good quality to me. So hopefully it works out well. The instructions say to use an adhesive or staple, but I don't have a stapler this shallow, because guarantee if I staple this, the staples that I have are gonna shoot out, which we don't want. We're probably just gonna have to super glue it. So this is how it goes on. I like how they have these cutouts like the old one, so you know where they go, because they pretty much dodge all of these ribs right here, which makes it easier for you to know how to line this up. So hopefully super glue works. Dealing with this kind of stuff I know it's best to start off in the middle. And we'll be using these clamps to help us hold it in place. And you pretty much go to the opposite side, pull it tight, wrap it over, and clamp it in place. So you want to make it super tight, just so you don't have any like loose spots on the top. Hopefully it comes out good, because this thing is on there. So the sides are pretty much done. As you can tell, there's not really any wrinkles, which is pretty good. I'm super stoked with that. So now you just gotta do the front and the back. So same thing, you start off with the middle, try to pull as much as you can. This part as well. The corners are gonna be a little bit tricky, because you're probably gonna have to fold some of them, or just kind of gotta watch out a little bit. But this is where you have like the most slack up top, and if you don't pull it down tight enough, then you're gonna have like these loose parts over here. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, pretty much you just gotta pull it super tight and lay it down. And we're all done. I kind of doubted the super glue. I was thinking that it wouldn't really work well, and every time you try to pull it tight, it would probably always try to loosen up the other side. But this thing holds up pretty well. It's pretty solid. Like, I tried to pull off one to try to reposition it, but it was stuck on there already. And the leather is good. It's pretty tight, looks pretty OEM. Main thing is you pull it real tight so you don't have loose parts like I was explaining earlier. And this came out real nice. I was scared I was gonna mess it up, but it came out pretty good. So we're gonna let this dry for a little, and after that we'll throw this back on. So this thing is finally in. Looks way much more cleaner now. The interior is getting there. Got the armrests, the new steering wheel. So the next thing we're gonna do is this guy here. This is what I'm talking about. You see like all these scratches and cracks in the sunlight where the sun is shining at a certain beam. But from this angle it's kind of a little bit harder to tell. Yeah, we don't want that. So we're gonna throw this on. Now that looks way cleaner. No scratches. There was an option for the gloss black or carbon fiber or matte black, but I kind of wanted it to match like the dashboard and the glove box more rather than like pop out too much. The interior is definitely getting cleaner, which is what we want. I eventually want to order the overlays for this side and that side and this too. The only thing about this one is that the buttons on the deck will still be silver, but I'm debating on seeing if I can either switch out this deck for like a Apple CarPlay unit that comes with like a black trim already, or look for the newer model 4Runner decks that has the black trim. And then this is just overlay, and then same goes for this side. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, drop a comment down below, share vids, and subscribe. Peace.